Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing quite a few figures that are all loosely related to each other. It's just an excuse to get a lot done in one go. So today I'm going to be looking at the 1.0 Super Saiyan Vegetas, because there's more than one, as well as the 2.0 Super Saiyan Vegeta, the original release of that, as well as the 1.0 Trunkses, and the 2.0 sort of Saiyan Armor Trunks that pairs with the 2.0 Super Saiyan Vegeta. Now the reason why I'm looking at these figures is because I've had a lot of these piling up and a lot of them are very similar to each other. Some of them are effectively the exact same release with slightly different accessories, so that's the case with the 1.0 Vegetas, the 1.0 Trunkses, as well as the 2.0 Trunkses, because that one did also get a re-release recolor. The only one that is probably unique in this batch, even though I have reviewed it several times over because the body sculpt is the same, is the 2.0 Vegeta. Anyway, there's a bit to talk about, so let's get right into it. So we'll start with the 1.0 Trunks. So out of the box, here's what he comes with. So the original 1.0 Trunks comes with a lot of stuff. So we get the figure itself. We get 8 faces, 4 for his normal state, 4 for his Super Saiyan state. They are mirrored between the two just so you can have the same expressions for each state, which is something that I wish they sort of did more. We get a lot of different hands for basically any sort of eventuality that you want. He also comes with his sword and scabbard. The premium color version, which is a slightly different colorization, probably a little bit more anime accurate, comes with less but still a pretty decent amount. So figure itself, we get 6 faces this time, we get his sword and scabbard and a bunch of different hands, not as many but still quite a few. 1.0 Vegeta is a little bit different. So we get the figure itself. It comes with 3 faces and several hands. The premium color version is the exact same loadout as well, just sort of configured in the box slightly differently. They are quite similar as figures, and we will be getting into all of that. Then for the 2.0 Trunks, this is the original release. So we get the figure itself, folded arms accessory. It's got 4 faces, he's got an alternate normal state head sculpt and several hands. The newer release and new colorization does not have the normal state face, so we just get the figure itself, 3 faces, folded arms accessory and hands. Then the 2.0 Vegeta, it's pretty much the loadout we've been getting for a long time with him. So the figure itself, 4 faces, folded arms accessory, as well as different hands. So a lot to look at, a lot to talk about, and just an absolute mess of figures and accessories. So we will be getting into all of that shortly. Now here they are all out of their boxes and put on a display, and you can see how the Super Saiyan colorization for hair changes quite a bit between all of the figures. This is even something that they do with modern S.H.Figuarts, just that like they try not to use the exact same shade of yellow for the most part, and sometimes it's metallic, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's shaded, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's a little closer to white than it is yellow, and it's just something that they've always been changing. It does make the figures look a bit more distinct altogether, which I do like. But there's something about consistency that sometimes could be lost, but it's all a matter of preference. But generally they look pretty good altogether. I will say the aesthetic of the 1.0 figures generally isn't my thing, but the 1.0 Vegetas, there is something special about their look that I think is lost in the more modern releases, and it does hamper the figure significantly because of that aesthetic, but I do appreciate how they look. And speaking of the 1.0s, let's start off with the articulation. So ball joint in the head, decent amount of articulation, loose joints, it's a 1.0. The arms can rotate all the way around, they can hinge up, swivel at the upper arm, bend at the elbow, ball hinge at the wrist. Nothing in the torso besides a ball joint for a swivel at the waist, but that is just one solid piece. You can do the splits that far, kick forward and back that far, swivel at the ball joint in the leg, bend at the knees, and pivot at the ankle and hinge at the toes. It is also kind of funny that the 1.0 Super Saiyan Vegetas were the only time until like right recently, because I'm recording this as of the weekend that the new 3.0 Vegeta launches. It's like the only time that Vegeta's boots have been like accurate to the saga, because he changed the design partway through sort of like Cell Saga. where he might have like a little bit of detailing on the boots or they're pure white. And it's kind of funny that the 1.0s actually like are accurate of having both of these designs between the premium and the standard colorization. Now for 1.0 Trunks, his articulation, he's got a ball joint in the head and neck, rotation at the arms, upper arm swivel, bend at the elbows, ball hinge at the wrist, and ball joint at the waist. His belt's a floating piece, he can do the splits that far, kick forward and back that far, swivel at the upper thigh, bend at the knees, pivot at the ankles, and hinge at the toes. 2.0 Trunks is a bit more modern, so ball joint at the head, arms can rotate all the way around, upper arm swivel, bend at the elbows, ball hinge at the wrist, crunching in the upper chest through a ball joint. You can extend it as well, swivel at the waists. You can do the splits that far, kick forward and back that far, upper thigh swivel, bend at the knees, hinge, pivot at the ankle and hinge at the toes. It is a 2.0 ankle with boots, so it doesn't work the best, but he does at least have a butterfly. 2.0 Vegeta is pretty much the same, just a little bit shorter, so it's the regular articulation that you would assume for that sort of figure. I've looked at it several times before, even like very recently, nothing too crazy here. The only problem with a lot of the Vegeta figures is sometimes their legs are very springy, so they don't go out very far and they do tend to snap back. It's something weird with the mold, and you know, it really needed a 3.0 to fix these issues. And effectively that's it for these figures. The 1.0s are significantly dated, especially the Vegetas, because they've got nothing in the torso to keep the aesthetic of the Saiyan armor, and I do appreciate that because the Saiyan armor does look absolutely incredible, even by today's standards, and it's nice that it is just solidly colored, really nice detail. Nothing too crazy though, but it just does look really, really good. Now, I've forgotten which one's which between the standard and the premium color ones, but I do have them next to each other so you can see their faceplates. So they come with the same looks, so neutral face out of the box, teeth clenched angry face looking to the side, got a sort of cocky-ish smirking face looking to the other side. For Trunks, we've got a neutral face out of the box. The original release, he's looking to the side. He's got a teeth clenched angry face. He's got a mouth open shouting face. And exclusive to the original release is a normal state face and head sculpt, and it's just a neutral expression. For the original Trunks releases, he's got a neutral face out of the box, as well as a sort of like smiling face. He's got a neutral Super Saiyan face, and there's just so many expressions that I was getting tired at this point that I didn't really go through them all, but I quickly showed them in this little like plastic shell that they come in, just because there's so many expressions and I wasn't going to go through it all for the original release, but there are a lot of expressions, just kind of impressive, but it's just like very much overkill, especially because I was doing all of these reviews all at once. And then for the 2.0 Vegeta, get neutral face, smirking face, mouth open shouting face, as well as mouth open shouting face looking to the side. So no teeth clenched face, which is a little bit of a shame. But with these figures, you can get them into some decent poses, nothing too crazy. Honestly, the 1.0s are a little bit limited, like I said. Aesthetically still look fantastic though. The 2.0s, you know, it's pretty standard at this point. Vegeta's always been a little bit tricky to get into properly dynamic poses as a 2.0. You do need to work really, really hard at it, and it's not always worth the payoff. The 1.0 Trunkses are fine, but aesthetically I'm not a fan of them at all. Trunks in general has had a lot of issues just to look good as an action figure, and it wasn't until recently with the Boy from the Future release that I think they finally nailed his sort of like proper proportions, aesthetic, colors and everything like that. Love it or hate it, the jacket does work, and the scabbard, thanks to the re-release, does work significantly better, especially with his arm. The upcoming release that they've been teasing without the jacket, I have a feeling that'll probably be the best Trunks they've ever done, but the 1.0s just, they are severely dated, and the 2.0 ones, they're fine enough, but I'm not a huge fan of them either. But all up, they are fairly decent figures. I do think that the trade-off of articulation for the proper looking Saiyan armor for the 1.0s was actually a really interesting choice. and I do appreciate it. But you know, better articulation is probably always better with action figures, and if you've got both, it's fair. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you all next time. Oh hi, I didn't see you there. As you can see, I'm hard at work making new videos for the channel. Now, while I'm happy with where the channel is right now, I could use your help. By liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel, it helps out the YouTube algorithm and recommends my channel to more people. So if you like any of my videos, please let me know, it really helps out. And if you liked this one, please let me know too. It means a lot to me, and I really, really appreciate all of you guys.